Hello friends, today I will tell you the story of episode 1 of the recently released series Mayfair Witches. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video to keep watching such great videos. At the beginning of the episode, we are shown a very luxurious house, and scary music is playing in the background. We see a doctor who comes over to see his patient Deirdre Mayfair, who is 47 years old. This doctor has come as a replacement for Dr. Stevens. Deirdre's servant asks to give her medicine Thorazine shot. But Deirdre is looking very strange, so the doctor wants to review the patient's file before giving the shot. The servant shows him the file, and then the doctor gets confused, and then he sees the things in her house, which is quite strange, and he sees young Deirdre in a photo. During this, a man is keeping an eye on the doctor. The doctor sees him and comes out, but that man would have left from there. Now the doctor talks to Deirdre and asks her what happened. In the next scene, a girl named Rowan is seen, who is roaming in the sea in her boat, and then she comes to the shore and meets her mother Ellie. Both are very happy. Rowan lives in the same boat and looks quite happy with her mother. Rowan is actually a neurosurgeon, and she is about to operate on a boy Joey. She makes him understand that when you wake up he will feel better. Rowan prepares for surgery. Then her senior Dr. Keck tells her that he will operate. Rowan reveals that she has studied Joey's file closely and that he is her patient. Dr. Keck tells that the board decided to sit in on a procedure today, so I will operate. Rowan tells that the boy has many problems, and if his operation is not done properly then he may bleed. Only then does the bleeding of the boy starts, and then all the people together start handling it. After some time she comes out and gets angry with Dr. Keck for this thing. But she tells her partner that we have to keep calm in every situation. Then Rowan comes downstairs and finds Ellie there. She tells that she had her scan done in which her cancer has come back. Rowan grieves for her mother. After some time Rowan meets Dr. Keck and tells him that Ravinia is hiring a research associate and I have to join it, because she asks to put her mother's name in that list in that research. She tells Dr. Keck to talk about this to the hospital's board. But Dr. Keck refuses because he does not like Rowan and considers her arrogant. He tries to humiliate her. Then Rowan starts getting irritated by this thing, and she feels herself inside Dr. Keck's brain, in which his vein explodes. Dr. Keck is actually killed by falling there. Rowan gets scared of this thing. Then we get to see the story a few years back, in which we see Deirdre as she confesses her sins to Father Duffy. Father mentions a man named Lasher appearing to her, who has been seeing Deirdre since her mother died. Her Aunt Carlotta does not like it. Deirdre leaves where Carlotta has come to pick her up. Now both of them reach home. Her aunt doesn't like her talking to Lasher. She warns Deirdre to stay away from him. Deirdre then comes to her room and talks with Lasher. Lasher is actually a creature living among the Mayfair Witches family, which can also change its form. He also gives advice to the witches. Then both of them talk about how Deirdre is now bored living alone here. Lasher then compliments Deirdre's mother, and dressed like her mother, asks her to attend her Uncle Cortland's party. Then Deirdre moves forward towards the closet. Then in the present, Rowan tells Ellie about the incident with Dr. Keck. Ellie finds this thing strange, and there she feels that Rowan is overthinking. Rowan tells that at the age of 7, she also killed a girl Lucy Stone in school by entering her mind. Rowan needs to know about her real parents. But Ellie tells that the people from where she adopted her never give this information because she has tried before. Then she wants Rowan to leave these things and concentrate on her work, and asks her to bring a milkshake. Then Rowan leaves from there. After she leaves, Ellie calls the New Orleans office to speak to the agent who has been assigned to handle Rowan's file. And then she gets Ciprien's name and is told that he will call her. At night, Rowan comes to the pub where she talks to the bartender Max, and then both of them get intimate after coming home. Here Max likes Rowan and he wants a serious relationship with her. But what Rowan wants is not in Max. Then Max doesn't like this thing and he leaves. In the past we see Mr. Cortland playing with a snake at his party. Then 3 boys come there and Mr. Cortland goes ahead and chooses one of them and explains his work to him. After some time, Deirdre comes to the party and everyone was happy to see her. Mr. Cortland arrives there to meet Deirdre and the two talk, in which they are both happy to see Deirdre free. Mr. Cortland tells of Deirdre's necklace that belonged to her mother, and that her mother was very beautiful. Deirdre doesn't think her mother killed herself by jumping out of the window, to which Mr. Cortland says yes. Then their Mr. Cortland's chosen boy asks Deirdre for a dance, after which both start dancing at the party. Lasher keeps an eye on both of them. After some time, Deirdre and Patrick start having sex while dancing and enjoy it a lot. The next day, Deirdre wakes up alone to find Patrick's body being carried from the villa. Now Carlotta has also arrived there to pick up Deirdre. In the present, Ciprien arrives at Deirdre's house and is there at the gate. That's when he sees Lasher there. And then Ciprien talks to Ellie and Ellie tells about killing people through Rowan. Then Ciprien tells that he feels Lasher near him, and that's why he is far away from Rowan. Ellie tells that she is in a bad condition and that if anything happens to her, he will take care of Rowan. Ciprien says yes to it. The next day Rowan attends a meeting. There Daniel, the leader of the board members of the hospital, praises the staff members there. Those people are looking for medicine to become immortal, and which they will find very soon. Then Daniel meets with Rowan and tells her that he knows about her job request. Then he brings her to the office where he asks Rowan to go on a trip to another city with him. But Rowan denies it. Then Daniel gives Rowan a list of 30 patient names. And after canceling the name of one of them, he asks to put her mother's name. But Rowan tells Daniel to name 31 and add her mother too, for which Daniel refuses. Rowan then tells that if her mother finds out that she has taken someone else's place, she will kill herself. Even Rowan does not want such a wrong thing. Now Daniel calls Rowan weak, then Rowan flares up. She insults Daniel by calling him very bad and arrogant. She finds herself in his mind again, and she breaks his nerve. Daniel is killed on the spot and Rowan is scared by this. After some time she comes home and tells everything to Ellie. Ellie is also scared to know that she has killed someone again. Rowan thinks she has some evil powers and then Ellie refuses. Ellie is about to die and at this time she doesn't want this kind of tension for Rowan. Then Rowan takes care of her mother. Then in the past, we see Carlotta bringing father to Deirdre because now Deirdre has become pregnant. Deirdre talks to the father and tells about Patrick, the father of that child. Deirdre thinks Carlotta got her killed, but father doesn't think that she can get someone killed. Deirdre then reveals that Carlotta had killed her mother as well. Then the father gets furious. Deirdre is sad there, and she has to leave. Father forbids her to leave from there. Then Deirdre asks the father to leave from there. Deirdre is about to commit suicide by jumping from the balcony. Just then Lasher comes and stops her, and he calls her down. Deirdre arrives and meets Lasher. Then he tells her that her daughter will set her free. But Deirdre feels that she too will be stuck here like her. Lasher then shows Deirdre his true form, which is a very dangerous creature, and it can change shape too. Deirdre then adopts Lasher, and that's when her waters break. After some time, she gives birth to a child, and then Carlotta leaves with that child. And she gives it to her distant cousin Ellie Mayfair. She asks to go away from there with that child and never to come back. And then Ellie asks for the name of the child, and then Carlotta tells that Deirdre wanted to name her daughter Rowan. Then in the present, we see Rowan, who sees that her mother is dead, and she is saddened by this thing. Deirdre's condition was caused by the grief of losing her child in the past, and she is seen in the present. The doctor looks at the wound on her neck and removes Deirdre's mother's necklace and places it in her clothes. He is going to give medicine there. Then he whispers in her ear that he will pretend to give her medicine for a few days. And he wants to know what happened to Deirdre. Then on the other side, Ciprien is told that Lasher is doing something. He then calls Ellie, who has now passed out. Then in the sea, we see Rowan sad and she feels strange. Then she comes upstairs in her boat. She sees Lasher in the boat, and then she becomes scared. And with this first great episode ends here. And with this, our video ends here, and if you like our video, please like it. Thanks for watching.